Well, guys, Auburn added a quarterback commitment or an athlete commitment, depending on where he ends up. We'll have to see. But John Franklin III, junior college transfer, quarterback out of the JUCO ranks. Brandon, I know you've got the stats pulled up. He certainly was an impressive player, former Florida State quarterback.
Yeah, it's a two-quarterback system at East Mississippi Community College, but he's thrown for 733 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, only a 58.2% completion percentage, but that's not the story. The story is him being able to run the ball. He ran for 451 yards and 9 touchdowns. And when Rhett Lashley went to go see him a couple of weeks back, I think he had like 3 or 4 touchdown runs. 5 touchdown runs, so there you go.
I believe
that was a game that was also cut short with a skirmish of some sort. He wasn't involved, but
yeah, there was some kind of a brawl, I think, that ended their playoff.
Trash cans were involved.
They got thrown out of the playoffs for it. But.
So JF3 becomes Auburn's first junior college quarterback to possibly arrive here in January. There was word that they were going to bring a JUCO QB on. Didn't quite expect it to maybe be him, though. They're looking at another guy, Gerard Evans, at Trinity. But it'll be interesting to see if this kid, JF3, plays quarterback in the spring, or if they try him there, or move him to receiver, or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, I think it obviously shows how the staff feels about the quarterback situation going into next season, given that Jeremy Johnson has obviously struggled in the first few games here, and then Sean White, has done a pretty good job, but I don't think he's necessarily going to be the guy for the next year. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but bringing in a JUCO guy, you're not going to do that and then bench him. I mean, this is a guy who wants an opportunity at quarterback. He's being recruited as an athlete, but that's why he left Florida State, because that's when he left Florida State, I guess, 10 days after Everett Golson transferred from Notre Dame. So he just felt like he wasn't getting his opportunities there, and went to East Mississippi. But yeah, like I said, I mean, they're not recruiting him to put him on the bench, and so I'm assuming that this quarterback job is probably going to be wide open going into the offseason. And so, who knows? Jeremy might be able to win the job back. Maybe John Franklin comes in and wins the job, but
maybe someone else comes in and wins it.
Right. Drew Champlin, one of our recruiting reporters, talked to John a few weeks ago after he got the offer from Auburn, which was the night before the Arkansas game. And he just said that that Malzahn and Rhett Lashley just like his running ability, and they feel like they're missing that with Jeremy and Sean. And so he feels like he can provide that for this team. And obviously with watching Nick Marshall run this offense the last couple of years, it works with the running quarterback, and Auburn just hasn't had that this year.
Yeah, they've lacked it. It's clearly affected the offense. I didn't think it's necessarily the only reason, certainly, but clearly not having a mobile quarterback has hurt the offense compared to the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Though neither one, I don't think anybody really expected it to be a massive reliance on a mobile quarterback situation this season that much, even with Jeremy, because it just was supposed. I honestly thought it was supposed to look a lot more like Tulsa did in 07 and 08.
They obviously just don't have the receivers for it or the quarterback for it, and I think it's interesting when you hear Gus Malzahn talk in the preseason about how they feel like they can fit any quarterback into this offense.
Right.
And now you see them going out and possibly looking for quick fixes at quarterback, and those quick fixes are not pocket passers or pro-style guys. They're dual-threat quarterbacks. So it's like they're realizing we do need a dual-threat guy to possibly run this offense, because in this offense, the best times they've had, Nick Marshall and Cam Newton, they improvised, or they were just a special Superman player like Cam Newton, who may be the best college player to ever play.
Well, Franklin was a guy, and you mentioned this today, who Florida State used in preparation for Auburn in the national championship game. They used Franklin to emulate Nick Marshall. And so obviously size-wise, ability-wise, he's a little more similar to Marshall, and maybe it'll work. See what happens.